For the university thing, for people debating whether to go university or continue with university or join the real world, how long do you think it would take someone who puts in the time to start making money from the real world? And what would be the scalability in that from your eyes?
My perspective is that if you join the real world and you don't have that much money saved or that much money to invest, and I'm saying like 10K or so, just go through the cash flow campus. I'm sure if you put in the work, if you put in the hours, if you listen to the professors, if you ask them the questions, if you do everything as they say, there's absolutely no way that you won't make at the very least, the money back that you paid for the first month. And scalability wise, they just don't teach you. It's ongoing support. They just don't teach you do this and then they just leave you. If you're having let's say the copywriting campus, if you're having a problem scaling more clients and scaling the work, the professor will teach you. The professor will tell you, maybe ditch this one, try to get a client that pays you more. I'm not really a copywriting guy, but he'll tell you something. Yeah, you can scale that. And if you're at the point where you feel that the real world maybe is not enough, I doubt that's gonna be a case for most, but it's at least you're at that point. If you're at university, you're just, I don't know, man, it's just studying. You're not seeing great results. You're having debt to pay later on. You're just digging the hole deeper, and you have the real world on the other side trying to pull you out of that hole and giving you guidance, earning money and everything. So I would say the first month has to be enough for you to make that cash flow. If you put in the work, if you put in the hours, that has to be the months. I mean, I had students ask me questions in the crypto campus. I have $1,000 to invest in. What should I do? And I just said, go to the cash flow campus. Like you $1,000 in crypto, if you 10x that, you're going to have 10K. If you 10x, imagine if you 10x 100K, you'll have a million. It doesn't really work like they think. They cannot just put 1K and expect to get $1 million out of 1K. So they need a cash flow first. And that student went back to me a month later with a client that paid him $500 for an
Mhm.
email listing and said thank you, and that was really the way. So this was a few months ago. I haven't talked to him since because I've been very busy with other things. But I'm sure he's doing all right. I'm sure he's doing. If he had the ability to get that client the first month and putting the work in, he was a university student as well. So he was doing university and the real world. It's very much possible, and you'll gain money. You'll gain more money doing the real world in university. I'm sure of it, because it gets you experience. You go into calls for the copywriting campus, or even the freelancing campus. You go into calls, you go into clients, you learn how to talk, you learn how to sell your product, you learn how to do all of these things. And while there's hundreds of thousands of people at university just sitting there hearing some teacher that doesn't barely has any experience in sales or marketing or just business in general, and they'll just giving theory and you cannot apply that. So I would say if you're considering joining a university, don't join the university, because it's just debt. You're just getting debt to you, and you have to pay that sooner or later. You will have to pay that. If you're at university now and you're towards the end of it, you might as well finish it. You'll have debt anyways, but I recommend you join the real world so you can pay that debt as soon as possible, or just they teach you other things like, um, how I'm gonna explain this. If that debt is worth paying now, so opportunity cost, if it's worth paying now, all of it, or if in your mind you can see yourself doing more, having more money in a year or two, and just keep holding the bare minimum and just pay that. They teach you that kind of stuff too. So I would say for the student that is going through the university, might as well finish it. If you're second or third year, might as well finish it and just do the real world outside. And then if you see that, if you're at a point where your copywriting clients are paying you way more and there's no point in you being university, then ditch that. For the people that have finished, just join, man. It's the same situation as the person that has not joined yet and has not been at university. Just join, just try the campus. It's $50 a month. It's not that expensive, and for the value that you get, it's priceless, man.